There will be now a silence prayer, an opportunity for silence prayer or meditation. You may be seated. Honorable members, are there any member statement? Honorable Mlombo.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, let me take this opportunity to greet you and greet the leader of government business, Honorable Mashilo, the members in the House, the members of the Executive Council, and my colleagues. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the African National Congress to commend the sterling work done by the Department of Health for opening a new pediatric ward at the Rob Ferreira Hospital that will conduct a series of procedures and children's operation and surely saves the lives of our people. Infants and children in Mpumalanga will now get these procedures done in their home soil. The newly opened pediatric ward will conduct a series of procedures that will include laparoscopic nasal, fundal application, posterior, surgical anatiopic, and colloidal systemectomy. Nissan funduplication and feeding gastronomy. These are gastronomy. These are very, complicated words. Health terminology. All these operations will be performed on children with cerebral palsy, and most of them cannot feed themselves, and they end up developing refluxes which result in aspiration pneumonia. Honorable Deputy Speaker, a lot of cases were referred to the Gauteng for further management, and this will no longer happen because the children will be treated in our province. Their physiology is different, and since then they are still developing their organs, as are not always in exactly the same location as adults. As the ANC, our conviction is that healthcare should be provided to all the people and every citizen of our province. On the basis of this, we extend our gratitude to the Department of Health for opening the first pediatric ward in Mpumalanga. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and my apology for the bombastic terminology. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but let me remind you that the statement must be 1.5 minutes so that we don't exceed the expected time. Leader of government.
Well, good afternoon, Deputy Speaker and all honorable members. Indeed, we welcome what Honorable Mlombo just presented to the House. There is going to be a cost effectiveness. Traveling from here to Gauteng, it was cost a fortune to Department of Health. Having this section opened is going to address majority of our problems, including the health in the province. It will increase drastically. We welcome that motion. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, MEC. Any other member statement? Honorable Shabalala.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker, on behalf of the African National Congress, I would like to express our deepest sympathy to the people of Mbombela Municipality, Hazyview, for the destruction caused by a massive hailstorm last week, Friday, 18 November 2022. It was reported that more than 100 houses were affected by the storm in Hazyview. 4 schools and clinic were damaged in the area. Some houses were left without the roof and other collapsed. 3 adults and 4 children are said to be injured in the process. It is further reported that a mother and a 12-year-old was rushed to Matikwane Hospital after a tree fell on top of their car at Hazyview Mall. Honorable Deputy Speaker, we want to applaud the Department of Human Settlements together with the Department of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs and the Bushbuckridge Municipality into access to the situation and provide necessary support to the affected families. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader of Government.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. We once more appreciate the statement read by Honorable Chabalala. Indeed, we must give our greatest sympathy to the families who got injured in this tragic disaster occurred last weekend. We have taken note and we did respond accordingly. Equally, we have noted that some of the infrastructure construction made by our service providers is not up to the scratch where it can stand the test of time, including the climate change. As an executive, we have noted that, and we shall put proper measures in response to this damage moving forward because it's costing to this government. However, we have done some temporary arrangement for those families that have lost a place so that they can have a place to stay. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, MEC. Are there any member statement? Honorable Zandamela.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise on behalf of the EFF to register our concern about the shooting incident that happened yesterday in Secunda, where an innocent, unarmed black man was shot by the Stratcon security company. Honorable Deputy Speaker, this is the second incident where a black person is being shot by this company. The first incident happened not long ago in Graceland Casino, and the matter is before the courts. This is the second incident of many incidents reported of these brutal killings. Stratcom is victimizing, beating up and killing black people in Secunda. It is also alleged an SAPS officer who was close to the scene in the by-elections in Goede Blair School assisted Stratcon officers to tamper with the incident scene. We call upon the MEC of Safety and Security to investigate the matter and suspend Stratcon operating license. Deputy Speaker, the MEC should also demand the footage from the house where the incident happened before Stratcon goes and intimidate and use their tactics and get that footage from the owners of the house. Yesterday, Speaker, we heard the poor black man died in hospital. May his soul rest in peace. The EFF will make sure that justice is served. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shongwe.
Ngibonga kakhulu Deputy Speaker, ngibingelele indlu yonke leadership yonke in the house. Ngibonge ne statement esiqhamuka kumhlonishwa. Ngicabanga ukuthi kubalulekile ukuthi sisilandele. Siyaqala nje ukusizwa kumhlonishwa la ndlini yeshamthetho. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi kubalulekile ukuthi umhlonishwa angazalinde ukuthi size la endlini yeshamthetho njengomholi unelungelo lokuthi angithinte even outside this meeting siyikhulume lento mhlambe ngabe seaction yenzekile. sizayichecka ke le private security company ngoba wonke ama private security company afola ngaphansi kweSIRA la South Africa bese sichecka nale permit yabo ukuthi yabavumela nokuthi bafanele benze uphi namuphi umsebenzi okakhulukazi mangabafaka futhi nephoyisa ukuthi lidlale indima yokucisha ubufakazi ngizayinikeza uprovincial commissioner immediately mangiphuma la ngikhulumile no chief whip of the majority party ukuthi bengine appointment naye ngo3 but uchief whip uthe ngishifte kancane to 4 o'clock. This matter I'm going to take it up exactly with her. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MEC. Honorable Morgan. Oh, stall. My apology.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I rise to deliver a member statement on behalf of the Democratic Alliance. Honorable Deputy Speaker, according to the emergency medical norms and standards, there must be 1 ambulance per 10,000 people, which means that Mpumalanga should have 474 fully operational ambulances. Honorable Deputy Speaker, the current situation regarding the ambulances in Mpumalanga is actually a disgrace, as there's only 168 ambulances in the province, of which a mere 72 ambulances are operational and 96 ambulances are non-operational. These ambulances are non-operational due to various reasons such as staff shortages, mechanical breakdowns, accidents and maintenance. Honorable Deputy Speaker, according to the Department of Health second quarter report, there was 313 public requests for ambulances. The department also reported that 928 patients who needed an ambulance passed away while waiting for an ambulance to arrive due to motor vehicle accidents, pedestrian accidents, gunshots and assaults, which is different because of the nature of these accidents or assaults. Although the department say no patients had passed away inside an ambulance, nowhere is it reported or mentioned how many patients passed away while waiting for the ambulance. Honorable Speaker, this program reports 2 targets only, that being urban, they respond within 30 minutes, rural, they respond within 60 minutes, and they say they've achieved 100% of these targets. The question remains, are they looking at the 26,313 ambulance requests, or are they only looking at the ones that they responded to? Honorable Deputy Speaker, while we continue to blame patients for everything and anything under the sun, people die while waiting for an ambulance in this province. It is very easy to spin figures to portray an image that suits you. The department's second quarterly report clearly shows that Mpumalanga needs an emergency medical services department that works and saves lives, not the one that just looks good on paper. I thank you.
Thank you, Leader of Government.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Well, we note what Honorable Sitola just said. Over a period of time, this government was faced by the challenge of budget reductions because of other national pressing issues. This department was indeed not immune from that point. It is for these reasons that we are advocating the NHI, because it will definitely assist even the private sector be part and parcel of the whole processes, so that we can cover where government resources cannot able to reach the people and private they can. As one unit under NHI will be able to do that. But of course, we are not just waiting, we are doing our utmost best to find a best mechanism solution to get more ambulance up, including disciplinary measures to some of the accidents that might not be justifiable. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, MEC. Honorable Weber.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Freedom Front Plus to deliver a member statement. The most recent crime statistics released by the police shows that crime in Mpumalanga has increased on almost every level. The Freedom Front Plus is concerned that our police force lack the manpower and resources to curb crime, and that we are losing the battle against serious crimes such as murder, attempted murder, and assault. Over the past few months, Mpumalanga have seen a serious spike in farm attacks, with at least 4 farm murders have been reported in the last 2 months alone. The way in which farmers and farm workers and their families are left vulnerable to the worst forms of torture is absolutely inhumane and must never be allowed to become the norm. With the approach of the festive season, we expect to see further increase in contact crimes, and thus urge the Premier and the MEC for community safety to cooperate with farm owners and farm workers to improve rural safety for the coming season. The Freedom Front Plus will gladly meet with these key role players to discuss viable solutions to the problem of rural safety. I thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Shongwe.
Ngibonge kakhulu sekela somlomo. Ngibonge nesiphakamiswa ngomhlonishwa. I-crime yinto embi kakhulu eMpumalanga nase South Africa. Na noma ngabe yenzeke emntwini oyedwa, noma ngaba i-contact crime, noma ngaba any type of crime. I-crime nje asiyithandi kwasanhlobo. Kodwa ke ngicabanga ukuthi umhlonishwa kubalulekile ukuthi analyze le report leya minister on this third quarter as compared to the other provinces. I think I need to educate umhlonishwa ukuthi out of this stats report, Mpumalanga is not bad as compared to other provinces. In number 4. Out of other provinces. Well, there are categories of crime that are out of control, including the issue of GBVF, which needs our attention seriously, so all of us. Yasemaplazini nabanikazi bamaplazi. We have a rural safety strategy in the province that was approved by the cabinet, and as this cabinet, we are meeting nabanikazi bamaplazi at the right platform from time to time, including abasebenzi bakhona, because nabasebenzi bakhona babalulekile lapha emaplazini as much as nabanikazi bamaplazi babalulekile. The only thing ekufanele sibe careful ngayo ukuthi uma ngabe ungumhlali noma umsebenzi waseplazini akufanelanga uhlukumezeke by umnikazi weplazi ngoba kutholakala ukuthi kuba yibo kwesinye isikhathi abavulela amanzi ngoba umnikazi wendawo abahlukumeza. Uzawukhumbula indaba yaseMkhondo, indaba yaseGert in general, ye-racism against ma-farm dwellers and farm workers, which we need to give equal attention as farm owners. Ngiyabonga, Deputy Secretary.
Thank you, MEC Shongwe. We now move for the executive statement. I'm informed that there's no executive statement. A motion without notice. Are there any motion without notice? Honorable Mahlangu.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. The African National Congress like to commend Glencore, the mining company in partnership with South African National Council for the Blind, through their social partnership in successfully delivering cataract surgeries for 22 communities members who were suffering visual impairments. Noting that together with the community members, both the mining company and South African National Council for the Blind continued to effectively to roll out initiatives and support systems that respond to the concerns and needs of community members of Emalahleni and surrounding areas. Further noting that cataract is the clouding of the normally clear lens of the eyes. It forms when protein builds up in the lens of one eye and make it cloudy. This keeps light from passing through clearly and cause the affected party to lose some of their eyesight, thus negatively affecting their quality of life. Honorable Deputy Speaker, The success of such project is based on partnership, as no organization can successfully implement the program on its own. And behind each investment is the belief that if we work together to improve the lives of community, members around their operations, meaningfully and long-lasting progress is possible. I so move.
The question before the House is whether we agreed to adopt the motion. It's so agreed. Any motion? Without notice, Honorable Lubisi.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I rise to move a motion without notice on behalf of the African National Congress to convey our condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of Mr. Thomas Shongwe, who passed away on Sunday. Noting that Shongwe died in an accident involving the Deputy President, Mr. Mabuza's motorcade on Sunday. Preliminary investigation revealed that the vehicle in which Mr. Shongwe was in overturned after a tire burst. The 50-year-old Shongwe warrant officer has been in the police force for 30 years. From 1994 to 2008, warrant officer Shongwe rendered in transit VIP protection services to the office of the Premier before being transferred to the Presidential Protection Services component for the Deputy President. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Madam Deputy Speaker, the ANC requests this August House to join us in sending our heartfelt, deepest condolences to his family. May his soul rest in eternal peace. I so move.
The question before the House is whether we agreed to adopt the motion as tabled by Honorable Visi. It's so agreed. Any motion without notice? Honorable Mukabela.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable Deputy Speaker, I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighters to applaud the people of Nkomazi Ward 4, Mkondo Ward 15, and Governbeki Ward 25 for going out in their numbers during yesterday's by-elections to vote for the EFF. It is worth noting that even though the EFF did not win any of the wards, but the party has recorded tremendous growth, pushing the ANC below 40%. The doomsayers will argue that the EFF didn't win anything, but as a matter of facts, the EFF are the biggest winners, and come 2024, there will be weeping and gushing of tears. Already the EFF is trending in Mkondo and something big is brewing. This shows that the ANC under Mr. Palapala is dying a slow natural death. I so move.
The question before the House is whether we agree to adopt the motion as tabled by Honorable Kabel. The motion is defeated. Any motion, Honorable Krobler?
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to deliver a motion without notice. Honourable Deputy Speaker, with a motion delivered with the deepest sympathy and compassion and in the interest of the safety of our citizens. Honourable Deputy Speaker, firstly noting that in April this year, the Automobile Association of South Africa came out condemning blue light brigades involved in the Presidential Protection Services, which is viewed as a threat to other motorists. Honourable Deputy Speaker, the tragic passing of Thomas Shongwe has already been noted by this House today. Further noting that the Deputy President was also involved in an accident in 2017 when his convoy struck and killed a pedestrian who was crossing the N4 by Croc Valley. Honourable Deputy Speaker, such instances are extremely devastating because of the loss of life, as reckless blue light cavalcades supersede all our traffic laws. Given the above, and the fact that those convoys bully and harass law-abiding motor citizens of our roads, I move that this House adopt the approach of the Western Cape and forbid VIPs from using blue lights or sirens when traveling unless there's an imminent threat to safety or life. I so move.
The question before the House is whether we agree to adopt the motion as tabled by Honorable Grobler.
Agreed.
The motion is defeated. Any motion? Honorable Weber.
Madam Speaker, the financially troubled and politically unstable Mkondo local municipality has rejected claims that it owes Eskom almost R1 billion for bulk supply of electricity, while the acting municipal manager, Begi Masego, claims that they only owe about 420 million. In the meantime, the community and surrounding townships such as Tandagukanya have been plunged into darkness. The blackouts are attributed to a growing demand for power, which Eskom refused to meet because it was owed so much, thus tripping the system and plunging the town into darkness. There are allegations that the municipality is in a crippling cash crunch, to such an extent that it has been using some of the money meant for Eskom to pay off salaries, to pay staff salaries and some service providers. I hereby move on the behalf of the Freedom Front Plus that COCTA continues with its support of the Small Town Regeneration Strategy. The Small Town Regeneration Strategy does not have the object of taking away any powers from the Council. It is intended to be a formal partnership between the broader community, the Town Council and the business community. By creating this Team Mkondo, we will rebuild Mkondo. The Freedom Front Plus also wants to thank Condom. Please listen to this. The Freedom Front Plus wants to thank COCTA for the positive response and support for this groundbreaking program. In the interim, however, there must be provincial intervention by the government to bring some kind of immediate relief to the community of Mkondo. I so move, Madam Deputy Speaker.
The question before the House is whether we agree to adopt the motion as tabled by Honorable Webb. It's so agreed. We move to notices of motion. Are there any notices of motion? None. The Secretary shall read the first order of the day.
Order number 1, questions for oral reply to the members of the Executive Council.
I've got questions in front of me. The first question is from Honorable G.C. Shabalala, asking Honorable for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and the MEC is not present. Honorable Mashilo will come in for Honorable Msibi. Over to Honorable Mashilo.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. A very good afternoon to our honorable members. I'm sorry. Honorable Chabalala, ANC, to ask the MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. Many services delivery challenges such as water, electricity, and housing are technically difficult without skilled personnel in the municipalities. Question number 1. Considering the above, can the Honorable MEC elaborate on plans in place to address the above-mentioned challenges? The response is as follows. In addressing the water and electricity challenges, COCTA and Department of Mineral and Energy and the Department of Water and Sanitation are in the process of finalizing the development of the Provincial Water Master Plan and Electricity Master Plan, respectively. These plans will outline the short, medium, and the long-term interventions. In the current financial year 2022-23, a total of over 2 billion is set aside for the implementation of water and sanitation projects through various grant funding such as Municipal Infrastructure Grant (MEC), Water Services Infrastructure Grant (WSIG), Integrated Urban Development Grant, the Regional Bulk Infrastructure Grant, which is called Arabic. Municipalities are also receiving Integrated National Electrification Program (NEP) to address electricity backlogs. In the current financial year, a budget of 245 million is allocated to various municipalities in the province for the implementation of electricity projects. Some of these projects are mainly at design stage, while some are already at the implementation stage. More importantly, the department is collaborating with the Development Bank of South Africa, DBSA, in the implementation of various programs, special restructuring, master planning, and asset care, to support municipalities with the help of the Provincial Project Management Unit, PPMU, funded by the bank. The DBSA has recently introduced an initiative known as Adopt a District. This initiative will allow DBSA to adopt a district and support its local municipalities through various programs and funding to improve service delivery. District municipalities in the province have been advised to submit the application for selection, and department will remain positive that one of the districts will be part of the 15 districts to be adopted by the bank across the 9 provinces in the country. Engineering through Municipal Infrastructure Support Agency, MEC, have been deployed to also provide technical hands-on support to municipalities. The department has conducted an assessment on skills gaps in municipalities for process control with the intention to engage SASOL for training initiative to address the technical skills. In addition, through the Dutch Water Authorities program, 30 processes controllers are currently receiving training to improve capacity on the management and operations of water services schemes. In terms of the Skills Development Levy Act of 1999, municipalities are required to set aside 1% of their salary wage bill towards development and training through compilation of work skills plans, WSP, which are developed to deal with the issues of training and development to address skills gaps. The department will continue to encourage municipalities to prioritize personnel dealing with infrastructure services, mainly water, electricity, and housing. Roman figure 2. You know, this response, Honorable Speaker, too details and too long. I'll do my best to try to find a summary. If the case, I think they are written. All municipalities have the responsibility to provide services to all households within their areas of jurisdiction in line with their mandate and entrenched in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. The Municipal Integrated Development Plan, IDP, is the legislated tool which guides municipalities in providing services to their communities. Roman figure 3, question 3. Can the Honorable MEC elaborate on how the department is planning to address the challenges of housing backlog in Extension 3 in Delmas? The municipality, through Department of Human Settlement, implemented a housing project at Delmas Extension 3 consisting of around 600 ERF. The project was delayed due to the installation of electricity that is currently being implemented, after which the allocated house can be occupied. The project will address the housing backlog in Delmas Extension 3. Furthermore, it is proactively and progressively responding to the housing backlog. Department of Human Settlement has embarked on the establishment of integrated human settlement, where more focus is directed towards the servicing of sites on that more qualifying persons are assisted, which the shrinking human settlement grants. Currently, the following integrated human settlement projects are being implemented in Victor Kanye local municipality to respond to the municipal housing backlog, which include the backlog in Delmas Extension 3, and these are Butling Extension 8, with estimated total of 2,205 stands, Butling Extension 9, with an estimated total of 1,821 stands. Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, MEC. Honorable Shabalala, do we have a follow-up question?
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Speaker. I am covered. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any follow-up questions from honorable members? None. The next question is from Honorable Rovier Morgan, asking MEC for cooperative governance and traditional affairs. Over to you, Honorable MEC.
To MEC, my question.
And Honorable, I'm told Honorable Kropla will come in for Honorable Morgan.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Honorable TMJ Jorove Morgan, DA, to ask the MEC for cooperative governance and traditional affairs. Question. Over the past couple of years, a number of municipalities across the province have been struggling with unfunded budgets. In light of the above, will the MEC answer the following question? Question 1. At present, how many municipalities in the province are struggling with unfunded budget? Response: 7 municipalities. They're named as follows: Emalahleni Local Municipality, Governing Mbeki, Lekwa, Mkondo, Msuwa-Lekwa, Tabacheu, and Victor Kanye Local Municipalities. Question 2. For how many years were the municipalities which are listed above struggling with unfunded budgets? And the respondents are as follows: Emalahleni for the last 5 years, Governing Mbeki for the last 7 years, Lekwa the last 10 years, Mkondo the last 3 years, Msuwa-Lekwa last 7 years, Tabacheu last 7 years, Victor Kanye the last 2 years. Question 3, wherein lies the problem in the above mentioned municipalities? I'm sorry, Speaker. The response: municipalities continue to develop a budget which are not credible. These municipalities develop unrealistic revenue targets which are not in line with their revenue collection performance. The high level of water and electricity distributions loses further contribution to this unfunded budget. Municipalities are not able to improve or increase their revenue baseline as a result of incomplete billing database. Not all properties and consumers are registered on the billing systems. The unrealistic revenue targets and inability to collect and build revenue further contribute to the current cash flow challenges which prevent municipalities from paying their creditors with due time. The inability to honor creditors within 30 days result in escalation of creditors' interest being charged, e.g. increasing ESCOM debts. On the expenditure side, municipalities continue to budget for non-priority spending items and provision of capital projects from own revenue, which be able to generate surplus funds to do so. Municipalities further continue with the practice to budget for the use of consultants. The above are some of the contributing factors to the unfunded municipal budget. Figure 4. How has your department intervened in these municipalities, and were these interventions positive? The department has been working with provincial treasury to address the challenges of unfunded budgets in our municipalities. The following interventions have been put in place. 1. Prior to the adoption of the budget, COGTA and the provincial treasury meet with all municipalities and had unfunded draft budgets to assess this budget. After the session, 7 municipalities' budget remain unfunded after provincial treasury assessed the table 2022-23 budget. Written recommendations were made to all municipalities for consideration prior approval of their budget. Subsequent to the above, the status was escalated to the head official and COGTA head department HOD, and subsequently the MEC for Finance and MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs. Meetings were convened on the 26th May 2022 with the executive mayors, municipal managers, and CFOs of the respective municipalities. Municipalities were directed to rework the unfunded budget, and the following had to be reduced. Align the budgets with the actual performance of the municipalities during the previous financial year, ensuring credibility of budgets. Internal contribution towards capital expenditure as the budget is unfunded. Review of overtime and employee cost, prioritization of critical funded posts. Reduction in contracted services and non-priority spending. Develop strategies to improve the collection rate and reduce expenditure. Follow-up meeting was convened on the 28th May 2022 with the executive mayors, municipal managers, CFO of the respective municipalities, where each municipality presented the reworked budget. Dr. Piskiga Isaka Seme, Chief Albert Lutuli, Tipaliseng budgets were funded after this engagement. Msuga Lekwa, Mukondo, Lekwa, Governor Beg, Tabacho, Emalatlin, Victor Kanye remain unfunded. During this session, the municipalities' unfunded part of the budgets were reduced, and the budget funding plans were monitored or will be monitored. The above 7 unfunded municipalities were instructed to urgently develop budget. The budget mid-year adjustment budget processes will further be used to incorporate the additional revenue as it materializes through the implementations of the budget funding plans. How many of these unfunded budgets affected service delivery in the above-mentioned municipalities? The response is as follows. The unfunded budgets have negatively affected service delivery in municipalities. This has prevented municipalities from implementing capital projects funded from own revenue such due to cash flow challenges, as well as making sufficient provision for maintenance of infrastructure provision in terms of the minimum budget requirements. Municipalities' cash flow challenges further contributed to abuse of grant funding earmarked for infrastructure development towards operational expenditure. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Do we have a follow-up question, Honorable Grobler?
Thank you, Honourable Deputy Speaker. Yes, I've got 2 questions. MEC, thank you for answering the question. The first one I would like to ask you is, if I listen to, I hope I'm still recorded, Honourable Deputy Speaker. If I listen to the answers that you give us in question 3, 4, and 5, it sounds to me like there's a lot of capacity problems. You know, you're speaking about drawing up budgets and implementing, etc. So it's a capacity thing.